Hi folks, I hope you're well. Just a quick video. I was watching the Tottenham Sunderland game earlier and Tottenham lost. And the reason why I was watching it is because I actually hope that Tottenham go down this season, Tottenham Hotspurs, because, and only because, there's a number of clubs, Man United, Tottenham and Chelsea, that have been incredibly badly run. And badly run for quite a while. And the reality is, a message needs to be sent out to the owners and to the people in charge of the clubs to get their act together and to stop playing around, especially this whole point. Stop listening to the crowd with regards to, are the crowd happy with the manager? Because if the team has lost a few games, who cares? But they gave Tottenham gave Thomas Frank about a 5-year contract. It was supposed to be this big plan where they were looking for towards the future, and they understood it would take time. And yet, as soon as the fans started getting unhappy, boom, manager sacked. Then they bring in this next bloke. Again, manager sacked as soon as things start going badly. But things are going badly because as a club, they've done a terrible job in bringing players in. That player, Charlison, whatever his name is, he's a woeful attacker. He is terrible. It's not because of his confidence, it's because of his ability. He doesn't have the ability. And there's so many other players that they've got that just don't have the ability. They're not good enough. Not good enough for the Premier League. That's the truth of it. They just can't play at that level. And same as United, they have an issue now where in the summer they're going to try and get rid of Ugarte and Xerxes, and no one's going to want them. It's quite likely both players will go out on loan and they're going to leave on a free. Because United and the managers have made it blinking obvious they don't rate the players. Now, neither player should have been bought in. Neither player is good enough for United. Neither player. So again, if PSG are not wanting Ugarte, it means he ain't good enough. Right? He isn't good enough. They don't want him. Excuse me, if they don't want him, why should we? And Xerxes, when he arrived, they had all that situation of saying, we don't know whether he's a number 9 or number 10. He said he doesn't know. Then why'd you buy him? That's stupid. And look at the way Chelsea have done things. Again, sacking managers left, right and centre as soon as the fans turn against them. Yeah. Building a squad of young players with no real leaders, with no people that have that ability to actually, do what John Terry did or Lampard or any of them, really. There's been a lot of very good players at Chelsea. Essien. And who's that player who plays for? Is it Real Madrid? Chelsea let him go. Central defender. Brilliant player. Great central defender. Great leader. They let him go to Real Madrid. Rudiger, is it? Rudiger? Good player. But yeah, they've had players. Chelsea over the years have had some very, very good leaders in their team. And now they have really none. When things aren't going well, there's not an awful lot they can do about it. So, yeah. You have Chelsea, Man United, Tottenham. And you can add Newcastle to it as well. And Everton. Everton, for many, many years, have been right down the bottom. And it's just another club that should be relegated, really, because they've been right down the bottom, season after season after season. And so, yeah, clubs need to get a wake-up call, big clubs. And so if a big club goes down like Spurs, that will give other clubs a wake-up call. And that's what they need. Because fans are paying a fortune. They pay a lot of money to go and see the players. They pay a lot of money. So therefore, the people that own the club have got to do better. They've got to get rid of the players that aren't good enough, even if they have to let them go for free. Because the reality is, Yeah, with Man United. Man United know they're probably going to have to let a load of players go for free that they want got rid of because nobody's going to spend the money on them. Because Man United in the past have paid too high a wage. Nobody wants them, right? Anthony's going to come back because no one's going to want him because his wages are ridiculous. And he's never going to perform anywhere near as high as the valuation that they wanted, yet alone the valuation that they paid for the bloke, because you had Ed Woodward in charge of that. Yeah. Some bloke whose skills are getting, helping people that want to buy a club or buy a business to buy the business without actually paying any money. That was his skill. He did that at United. Cool. That doesn't mean you can run a football team, does it? So again, like Spurs, United have been so poorly run over the years, run by someone who's great at business but knows nothing about football. And now, just as bad. Because now you've got Wilcox, who has no experience, Bavado, who had no experience of his role when he came into the club, and you've got the idiot, so Jim won't fix it, saying before he got those people in, he's going to bring the best of the best. Well, he lied. He had no intention of bringing the best of the best, did he, really? And so, therefore, big clubs need a wake-up call to understand that point and say, okay, what is it really that you were doing? And you're in danger of going down. If Spurs can go down, so can you. And that warning will be quite useful, I think, in helping teams to, maybe get their heads sorted out. And to stop peeing around with it, really, because that's what clubs have done. Spurs made sure that they had a good back-in for the club so the club wouldn't have so much debt. Okay, but you neglected the football. You built a new stadium, but you neglected the football. Chelsea bring all these players in, but they neglect leaders. To win, you have to have leaders. Man United neglected bringing football people in to actually run the club. They made a lot of money. They did fantastic deals for sponsorship because, of course, that's what they had. Those people in charge were good at that. They weren't good at running a football club. And so all three clubs are in the position, big clubs, who have just been incredibly badly run. But there you go. It is what it is. And so, but as I say, if one of those goes down, it should be the wake-up call that the other teams need. Should be. Well, because it might send a small shock through the league. Well, we can hope. Yes. As I say, that's what the fans need. And the fans need leaders, people leading the clubs, who are not going to be swayed by the emotions of the fans. So when they pick a manager for a 5-year deal and they say they're going to give them time. Understand it's going to take time to turn things around. So there you go. You take care. Bye-bye.